So my background was that I trained as a professional ballet dancer. I moved away from home on my own when I was 15, would train rigorously for 8 hours a day or more. And I went in and out of physical therapy during that time, but it never really seemed to make a difference for me because I would come in with an injury and they would give me XYZ exercises because it was that injury. And it never felt like it was tailored towards me or that it was important to the physical therapist. And then at a time in my life where my training was coming to an end, I was auditioning for companies, I got injured more significantly, and it actually ended my professional training and career in ballet. And I found myself in a clinic that had a physical therapist that was an alum from Loma Linda, and it was night and day. I experienced that he was tailoring the exercises towards me, really being creative in how he went about that to challenge me specifically. But I also felt seen as a patient because this was a time in my life where my identity was kind of being removed. And for them to just sit with me and really see me and be present, it mattered to me as a patient. And as I started to then gear towards a career in physical therapy, I started shadowing more, and I had the privilege of shadowing other physical therapists that were also from Loma Linda, and I just noticed that it wasn't just this one physical therapist, but there was a theme throughout all of them, that they were really seeing their patients, seeking to help them in their needs, whatever that meant. And I knew that if I wanted to be a physical therapist, that was the kind of physical therapist I wanted to be. I wanted to be excellent, and I wanted to really make a difference in someone's life and enter into what my patients are experiencing. And for me, Loma Linda was a place where that would happen.
So the reason I got into physical therapy was due to my prior background of being a collegiate athlete. I used to get injured all the time, and one time I was able to really be exposed to an awesome physical therapy experience, and getting that impact and seeing how it affected my life with the movement and being able to functionally perform better, I wanted to be able to create that impact for others, but on a greater level. And I feel like physical therapy was just calling for me to be able to do that for other people. And as far as Loma Linda, it was honestly the easiest choice I've ever made. The first day I stepped foot on this campus for an interview, I kind of already knew like this was going to be the place for me. Like the faculty, the staff, the students that were embodied here, like they embodied pure professionalism. They had a lot of compassion, and they kind of made me feel like, yeah, this is the place I want to learn how to be the best PT I can personally be.
I chose the field of physical therapy because I loved all aspects of health, of nutrition, anatomy, movement, exercise, and physical therapy was a career field that embodied a lot of those aspects. Also, physical therapy embodied the ability to care for your patients, not also physically, but on a more emotional and spiritual aspect. Growing up in a Christian household, I felt that was really important when you're empathizing with people to also be a spiritual warrior for people. And choosing Loma Linda, and touring the school, interviewing with the school, meeting current students, what I really had a sense of was a home and a family with Loma Linda as a student. So not only was Loma Linda teaching us how to be a spiritual warrior and spiritually care for our patients as healthcare providers, they also cared about you as a student. Academically being successful, healthcare provider-wise, equipping you with the tools to care for your patients, and also caring for you as a student, because in grad school, life just doesn't stop because you have school, and Loma Linda has that great balance of looking at all those factors while you're here as a student as well.
So before I chose physical therapy, it came down to athletic training or physical therapy. And so when I chose physical therapy, it was because there's so many different avenues that you can pursue. It's not just limited to orthopedics, but there's neurology, pediatrics, and a plethora of different routes you can go. And so when I was observing for the first time, I really got this feeling of like, wow, I could really do this for my entire life, because it's something that I feel like I'd never get bored of. And so that is why I ended up choosing the physical therapy profession. I chose Loma Linda because I ended up applying to a variety of different schools. So when it came down to making my list of my top 5, Loma Linda ended up being at the top for 3 main reasons. First, they have Horse and Lambs, which is a program that's super awesome, incorporating horses and kids, 2 different things that I love. And so no other program offered that at all. So that was like number 1. And then number 2 is the small student to faculty ratio, which also embodies the concept of whole person care. Lastly, the close-knit environment that they have here in the PT department is something that I realized when I came on campus for the interviews, was something that really sold me over when it's like, okay, this is the school that I want to go to.